Creating underwater manipulation effect background in Photoshop. Welcome back to PhotoshopDesire.com YouTube channel. In this tutorial I'll show you how to use Photoshop filters to create an underwater background that you can use for your own artwork. Create a new document in Photoshop, set your own size and fill it with any color you like. Make a new layer on the top and fill it with cyan color. Use an adjustment layer to darken the canvas. Go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, select Curves. On this Curves layer mask, activate the Gradient tool, keyboard shortcut G. Choose Gradient to paint on the mask to reveal some light on the top. Use a Levels adjustment layer to increase the contrast and light of the image. We'll add texture to this scene. If you look closely at some underwater photographs, you'll see the noise and debris. To imitate this effect, make a new layer and fill it with black. Then go to Filter, Noise. Add noise. Convert this layer to a smart object and go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur and set the radius to 1.5 pixels. Change this layer mode to Screen and reduce the opacity around 10%. And we have a very soft noisy look. To add some debris to the scene, duplicate the noise layer and increase the opacity to maximum 100%. Add a mask to this layer and use a linear gradient tool and drag on the mask to reduce some noise on top parts of the artwork. Use a Levels adjustment layer with clipping mask to reduce the noise intensity. To make light at the bottom, create a new layer. Use a radial gradient tool to paint there. Change this layer mode to soft light. Lower the layer opacity to around 50%. Now we'll make the water surface. Press T to turn the background and foreground color to default black and white. Make a new layer on the top and fill it with black. Go to Filter, Render, Clouds. Apply a new filter by choosing Filter, Sketch, Chrome. Use the free transform tool command or Ctrl+T to transform it as shown. Convert this layer to a smart object. Apply a Gaussian blur of 1 pixel to this effect. Apply motion blur. Use a layer mask to soften its edges. Change this layer mode to soft light. Use levels to refine the contrast of this effect. On this layer mask, use a gradient tool to reduce the level's influence as shown. We'll make some bubbles now. Create a new document. Use the elliptical tool to draw a circle and fill it with black. Soften this circle with a Gaussian blur of 7 pixels. Add a mask to this layer and use a soft black brush to erase inside the circle and leave some edges visible. Use a white brush to make 2 highlights at the edges of the bubble. Go to Edit, define brush preset and name it whatever you want. Come back to our main background artwork. Choose the bubble brush we've just created. Create new blank layer. Set the foreground to cyan. Click on Brush Presets and change the settings as follow. Paint some bubbles on the background. Convert this layer to a smart object and apply a Gaussian blur to it to add some depth to the scene. Make another layer and lower the brush size to paint more bubbles on the background. Use a layer mask to reduce some bubbles' visibility. Add a photo filter adjustment layer to change the background color. In next step, we'll make some light rays coming from top of the water. Make a new layer on the top and use the soft brush to make several strokes with the bright light color. Convert this layer to a smart object and apply a radial blur to it with zoom method. Apply a Gaussian blur to soften edges. Change this layer mode to soft light or overlay, which suits best to your artwork. Final step, add more light at top middle of the artwork and change this layer mode to soft light. All layers are editable, so we can change lighting, color and contrast at any time easily. Now we can add any objects or subjects in the scene. I already made a scuba diving cutout to place it in the artwork. Place it above the background group. Use hue and saturation layer to adjust the color. And we're done. I hope that you enjoyed the tutorial. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Post a comment, click thumbs up, like and share to get more videos. See you again in next tutorial.